LEGO releases a lot of Star Wars sets. You have great ones like this Millennium Falcon, for example, you have okay ones like this bad shuttle here, and sometimes you have bad ones. But there's another kind, the one that had potential to be great but miserably flopped. To name some examples of this, there were the Boba Fett starship, the 2020 AAT, or Snoke's throne room. One of the most recent examples of this though is one I bought as well that released back in March of 2021, the Imperial Shuttle. Being a standalone release after a, let's face it, rather weak first wave in 2021, featuring sets like the X-Wing, the TIE Fighter or the Trouble on Tatooine, this set came as a nice surprise to people. Especially since the last version had already been 6 years old and it recently featured in the Mando Season 3 finale. The more affordable price point at $80 was refreshing as well compared to its $100 predecessor, but when first pictures leaked, disappointment started to set in for most people. It was significantly downsized from the last version, and even if they did already get a taste of downsized models with the TIE Fighter and the X-Wing, it wasn't what fans had hoped for. That, combined with LEGO's inconsistency, for example when it came to box art, just left a bad taste in many people's mouths. But there's something else a lot of people criticize, especially when looking at the 2015 version of the set, the minifigures. The three figures coming in the set are Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, and an Imperial officer. In itself, this isn't a bad minifigure selection, but at an $80 price point, 3 minifigures really isn't a lot. They fare even worse when compared to the minifigs from 2015, which consisted of 4 exclusive, highly detailed, and a single not-exclusive figure at only a $20 upcharge. The 3 figures included here also aren't nearly as unique as those old ones were. The Imperial officer, for example, is the definition of a background character. Nothing differentiates this figure from any of the Imperial stuff we've gotten over the years. He's exclusive to the set, but I could have sworn I've already had like 10 of these guys flying around. I feel like you could elevate these figures so quickly by just printing an Imperial logo on one of the arms, but at least he's got some leg printing. You know who doesn't have any leg printing though? Luke. This is a figure that really just needs a revamp. It's the same figure that's been used for the last 8 years and I'm just so tired of seeing it. Especially the hair needs to be redone. They've been actually using this one since 1999, so since the start of the Star Wars theme, and unlike with the battle droids for example, it's really time for a new one. A figure that has thankfully gotten an upgrade a few years ago is Vader. I know many people love the old helmet, but I think the newer one looks much better. This figure did actually cause some uproar though as part of the Imperial Shuttle, since not even a year earlier LEGO released the Death Star Final Battle, which included a version of Vader with arm printing and a better cape. No one quite knows why they didn't give him arm printing here as well, especially since every set he's come in since included this upgraded version of him. But I've talked enough about the figures now, and I want to get to what annoys me the most about the set, the Imperial Shuttle, or to give it its full name, the Lambda Class T4A Shuttle. So let's get straight into it. I don't like this build. It would have fared a lot better if the 2015 version wasn't so outstanding, but it is. The most obvious flaw the set has from the outside is the substructure below the cockpit. While the previous version had a natural transition into the cockpit, this one is much more rudimentary. It also just doesn't fit the white color scheme of the rest of the build. The cockpit itself is rather small as well, but looks oversized in comparison to the rest of the build. There's place for a single minifigure with no further details like a control panel or anything you'd wish for. The body is where you really start to notice the downsizing though. 2015's version had enough space to fit a whole Rebel crew, while this one barely has enough space to harbor 2 figures. I gotta give it to them though, when it comes to the mechanism to attach to the roof, it's pretty effective and doesn't require any extreme thinking to figure out. You simply push this little pin in front and use it to pull the top fin off and back on again when you've put whatever you wanted inside. There's nothing to really complain about when it comes to the wings. They're quite thin but not too flimsy and match the in-universe model rather well. You can move them by simply pulling on them since they're attached to the body via some rigid hinges, and they're honestly the best part of the set. In landing position, another problem of the set becomes apparent: the lacking landing gear. It would have made it look a lot better and would have also allowed for something like a ramp to be included. The best way to look at the set though is in flying position. Obviously you can't really display it like this, but it looks the best and is also quite sturdy if you want to play with it. You can grab it by the fin, by the body, it all works, and then you can simply put it back into its base landing position. I think posing the question what I think of the set is rather unnecessary here. I don't like it. I think it's a massive downgrade from the beautiful 2015 version in all categories. Then again, if you want an affordable Imperial Shuttle, this is the way to go. I'm gonna put mine on display, probably with Vader's castle, and not think about it again. It's not a set I really regret buying, and it's just one that'll be marked down as mediocre. Got plenty of those already anyways. So I hope you enjoyed my take on the set, I hope you have a great week, and we'll see us next time.